On this Unique People special edition of Mustang Magazine, we meet a girl with a different type of life, a boy who likes to get outdoors, a local businessman with a passion for plants, and a Norwood resident who likes to relax in a different kind of way. These stories and more on this special edition of Mustang Magazine.
Hello, and welcome to this special edition of Mustang Magazine. I'm Adeline Jeanette.
And I'm Stephen Allinger. Mustang Magazine is a show produced by advanced broadcast journalism students from Norwood High School. We're usually an edited show, but for today, we're taping the show live in the NHS-TV studios.
So that means we can't make any mistakes. Today we focus on some interesting people who live in Norwood.
Unique people are what make our world special, so we decided to profile a few of them today.
Here's our first unique person submitted by Class of 2015 staff, reporters Brian Curley and Erin Crowley.
If you live near Cottage Street in Nichols, then you've probably seen Stephen Parody walking in his front yard sipping a martini.
I think some non-animal lovers will do a double take and shrug and say, what a strange guy, either carrying a glass of champagne or a martini and walking a cat. Well, I don't know, maybe I'm unusual.
Known around town under many nicknames, this Norwood icon embraces the recognition.
I've been called Martini Man, Cat Man Do, and somebody even called me the Earl of Norwood. I've been called worse things. I don't have a problem with any of those. I've met so many people. I know all my neighbors, but they walk by and we say hello or they stop and we talk.
Parody was born in South Florida and spent his teenage years working for his older brother who was in the general contracting business. After taking some classes in his 20s, Parody decided to enroll in school.
I went to Boston Architectural College and then eventually ended up doing graduate studies at Harvard Graduate School of Design.
These days, Parody manages an architecture design studio in Boston. But what he's really known for around Norwood is his devotion to his two pet cats.
Yeah, I call them the kids, but granted, they get anything they want. But I always talk to them. I always talk to them, and I think communication is absolutely paramount.
While there's no shortage of people in his neighborhood who walk their dogs, Parody might be the only resident who walks a cat.
Good girl. I started with a harness and a leash, and then I let them, once they felt comfortable out with me, I'd let them walk with me and drag the leash. And then there's Pippi, but she's completely trustworthy.
And even though he has his cats to keep him company, he's still hoping he will eventually find Martini Woman.
I hope someday I meet someone and they're younger than I and they would like to have a child. And I'm like most animal owners that are childless. I think and even animal owners with children, if they really love their pets, they're part of the family.
So the next time you're near Cottage Street in Nichols, stop by and say hello to Norwood's one and only Martini Man and his cats. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Erin Crowley.
Are you getting blueberry?
Now we have the creator of that story, Erin Crowley, in the studio. Rory Kerr brings you the interview.
Hi guys, I'm Rory Kerr here with Erin Crowley, the maker of the Martini Man story. So what was the most challenging part of making a story on such a unique person?
Well, I think that anytime it really comes to storytelling, you want to make sure that you're presenting the person in like a fair and ethical light. And especially on the topic of someone a little more interesting, where you're like highlighting different parts and aspects of their life that like other people might not see as conventionally like normal. It's important to like put that into a good light instead of a bad one.
And what was your favorite part of doing this story?
Probably just getting to know Steven. We spent about a month with him, going back and gathering B-roll. We sat down for like 2 or 3 interviews. So definitely getting to know him in like the lengthy process, but it was all worth it.
And why do you think this story is still popular?
I think because people are still always wanting to get to know people in their community. And I think that it's just a fun story, and you can interact with him. You could probably go up and like chat with him for like 15 minutes. He's very talkative, very open, loves to meet new people, and I think that probably has a lot to do with it.
Okay, thank you. Now back to the host.
People like Martini Man can often be a unique sight while walking through Norwood.
However, students Myra Hines and Emily Trahan met a man some could argue is even more unique.
So here's your introduction to Norwood's one and only Snake Boy.
Sam Donnellan is an outdoor enthusiast, and he has a passion for discovery.
The woods is where the unknown is. The unknown needs to be known. I think I should be one of the people who figures that stuff out.
Donnellan first became interested in nature at a young age when his dad brought him to the Savage Center for an after-school program.
I would always ask my dad if he could stop here so I can play at the park, and oftentimes I'll go into that small woods over there.
And after a while, people gave him a nickname.
Ever since kindergarten, I've been catching snakes, really, and someone just yelled Snake Boy, and it kind of just stuck.
The perfect conditions for exploring in the woods is when it's dry and warm.
What's not to like? Fresh air, things to see. Like, really, what's not to like? I don't think there are anyone else in Norwood who, well, other than a couple people I know, who go out into the woods practically every day to catch wild animals.
Exploring and learning about wildlife is his passion, but the learning part hasn't necessarily been easy for Snake Boy.
I go to the Carroll School for Dyslexic Children. It's the best school ever. Like anything that has to do with reading, writing, and language comprehension in general, that stuff's pretty hard for me. There's a class called Bounders. You can shoot a bow and arrow, canoe and kayak, go rock climbing, and you get to literally light a fire for a grade. It's so fun, but it's very exclusive.
With the support of the Carroll School and years of experience exploring the woods, the Snake Boy has developed quite a philosophy of life.
Don't take any day for granted. Don't think any day is worthless. Every day you're on this earth, it's a gift. Normal people suck. Normal is a setting on a washing machine. Learn to tolerate the different, the weird, and the awesome.
And it's that type of drive that keeps the Snake Boy heading into the woods for another adventure.
Like I said, the unknown. I don't know what's gonna happen today. Yesterday is known, today is a gift, and tomorrow is a mystery.
Reporting for Mustang Magazine,
Hello?
I'm Myra Hines.
Hello?
Wow, what a crazy talent. Imagine catching snakes.
I know, right? Like, some people just love the outdoors, you know?
And he's not alone. In summer of 2016, senior Kiki Thaxter introduced to us a goat herder that she met while traveling through Greece.
Alexandra Akritidou isn't a typical Greek girl. At the age of 18, she took up an interesting hobby.
Ξυπνάμε πρωί εγώ και βοηθός μου, κάνοντας ένα σύντομο γεύμα. Κατεβαίνουμε. Για αρχή ξεκινάμε με το άρμεγμα και στη συνέχεια υπάρχει η βοσκή. Κρατάει από 2 έως 3 ώρες το πρωί. Το ίδιο γίνεται και το απόγευμα. Μετά έπειτα ξανά άρμεγμα και άλλα διάφορα.
Akritidou doesn't live in the city because she's a goat herder. Moving to a village in the mountains 3 years ago, she says she's happy living in the country, far away from the hustle and bustle, but close to her goats.
Δεν έχουμε και ένα σταθερό ωράριο. Μπορεί να τελειώσουμε και πολύ αργά το βράδυ. Είναι δύσκολη η διαδικασία. Υπάρχει μετά, πρέπει να πήξουμε το γάλα, να γίνει ή τυρί ή κασέρι. Γιαούρτι κάνουμε πολλές φορές.
Even though raising goats can be hard work, Akritidou's passion continues to grow.
Το καλό με όλο αυτό είναι η θετική ενέργεια και αγάπη που παίρνεις από τα ζώα σαν αντάλλαγμα. Έτσι. Και ξεκίνησα με λίγα ζώα για αρχή, έπειτα τα διπλασίασα και συνεχίζω έτσι.
And even though she enjoys the slower-paced lifestyle of living in the country and farming the land, Akritidou says there's plenty of things to do for young people.
Η βραδινή ζωή και εδώ είναι καλή, εξίσου καλή. Δεν έχουμε να ζηλέψουμε τίποτα από την πόλη. Βγαίνουμε με τις παρέες μου, υπάρχουν κλαμπάκια, διάφορα μπαράκια που μαζεύεται νεολαία και γουστάρουμε.
And some of the things they enjoy doing revolve around their scenic mountain location.
Well, πηγαίνουμε για πεζοπορία, τα μέρη μας είναι για extreme sports. Ειδικά αυτά τα μέρη είναι ό,τι πρέπει για αυτό το συγκεκριμένο είδος. Με τις παρέες μου κάνουμε τρελά πράγματα. Okay. Πηγαίνουμε για ψάρεμα.
Akritidou says life in the country really appeals to her and she's in no rush to move back to the city.
Το μέλλον μου πιστεύω ότι είναι εδώ στο χωριό. Δεν θα μπορούσα να φανταστώ τη ζωή μου πέρα από αυτό.
And neither can they. Κάνω ρεπορτάζ για το Mustang Magazine. Εγώ είμαι Kiki Thaxter.
Now, to bring it back to Norwood, reporters Megan Quinn and Ali Nauman feature a unique man who can be found hanging out near the civic running his business.
This man takes pride in his job and feels a connection to nature, and he always has time to stop and smell the flowers.
Yeah. All right, what are you looking for?
If you live in Norwood, chances are you've driven by a resident Ed Hickey on the corner of Broadway and Cottage.
I've lived here most of my life. I've lived here almost 60 years here, so I know most of the people here.
And it's that connection to people that makes his flowers an easy sell. Hickey says his main goal is to sell the flowers that people really want.
Daisies and color-tinted daisies and some carnations. That type of thing is popular because of the fall. I also have some roses. I keep them today in a little cooler because it's warm. It's roses, yeah. I got red underneath there.
Hickey and his famous flowers can be found on their corner almost year-round, but business really picks up during certain holidays.
Valentine's Day, all right? That's a very busy day. You start with Valentine's Day and go to St. Patrick's Day, but somewhere in there you got Easter, then you got Mother's Day, then you got Memorial Day.
Hickey says there are benefits to shopping with him: high-quality flowers and a discounted price.
And I generally have prices that are 5 and 10 generally, and maybe 1 or 2 larger bunches if it's appropriate.
But Hickey hasn't always been a flowerman. Until about a month ago, he was employed full-time by the state, working the trial court. Now in his retirement, he says flowers are his true calling.
The end result is that it's worked out pretty well, because here I am now in retirement and I have something to keep me busy.
The next time you're looking for flowers, look no further than the corner of Broadway and Cottage and show your patronage to a Norwood icon. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Megan Quinn.
Be sure to stop by the next time you need some flowers.
And that concludes our special edition of Mustang Magazine on Unique People. I think we can all see now that Norwood is a special place with a lot of special people.
For sure. We hope you enjoyed meeting some of them. Thanks for watching.
And if you want to see more stories like these, be sure to check us out on Mustang.media and follow us on our social media.
Until next time.
Have a good day.
What was the pause on that one? What was the pause on?
I just wanna stay in the sun where